Are we live? Or nope, not that. uh, should be live. Let's see. Hmm. Why is okay? We are live, but let me. Why is this being
Good
so
evening,
weird?
America. 11 months ago,
Oh
I
Jesus!
inherited a
Trump's
mess,
talking now.
and I'm fixing it.
Wait, why
When
can't
I
I
took
hear?
office, inflation was the worst in 48 years,
No!
and some would say
Oh my God, man! Technical difficulties already. Okay, it works there. Why isn't it working here, bruh? Okay, there it is. Why is it? Hold on.
being invaded by an army of 25 million people, many who.
What is going on?
One person.
Okay, I can hear
This
it
is
now.
what the
We're good
Biden
now.
administration allowed to
We're
happen
late,
to
but
our
we're
country,
good.
and it can never be allowed to happen again. We had
Okay.
men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody, crime at record levels with law enforcement, and words such as that just absolutely forbidden. We had the worst
We're
trade deals
live,
ever made,
reacting to
and our
Trump,
country
guys.
was laughed at from all over the world. But they're not laughing anymore. Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history. There's never been anything like it, and I think most would agree. I was elected in a landslide, winning the popular vote and all 7 swing states and everything else, with a mandate to take on a sick and corrupt system that extra really just took the wealth from people and crushed the dreams of the American
What?
people. For the last 4 years, the United States was ruled by politicians who fought only for insiders,
That's
illegal
you.
aliens, career criminals,
That's
corporate
you. You're the
lobbyists, prisoners,
criminal.
terrorists, and above all, foreign nations, which took advantage of us at levels never seen before. They flooded your cities and towns with illegal aliens. They decimated your hard-earned savings. They indoctrinated your children with hate for America. They just released a level of violent felons that we had never seen to prey on innocent. They caused war. They caused mayhem. They caused a horrible situation all over the globe. But now you have a president who fights for the law-abiding, hardworking people of our country, the ones who make this nation run, who make this nation work. And after just 1 year, we have achieved more than anyone could have imagined. Starting on day one, I took immediate action to stop the invasion of our southern border.
Dude,
For the past
is this
7
what
months,
this
0
whole
illegal
thing's gonna
aliens
be
have been
with the
allowed
border?
into
Like,
our country,
dude,
a
it's
feat which
been
everyone said
this
was
whole year. The only
absolutely
thing you could talk
impossible.
about is the border.
Do you remember when Joe Biden said that he needed Congress to pass legislation to help close the border?
Yeah, you do.
He was always blaming Congress and
He
everyone
could have
else.
done more,
As
but
it turned
you still
out,
need to pass a
we
border
didn't need
bill, Donald Trump.
legislation. We just needed a new president. We inherited the worst border anywhere in the world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country. In other words, in a few short months, we went from worst to best. We're deporting criminals, restoring safety to our most dangerous cities. Just take a look at Washington, D.C. It's at levels of safety that we've never seen before. And they decimated the
Oh
bloodthirsty
my
foreign drug
gosh.
cartels. We did that all by ourselves with our people.
You're
And we're
deporting
so
mothers
proud of it
and
because they were
children
poisoning and
with
destroying
autism.
our population.
You're
Drugs
not
brought in by
deporting
ocean
any
and by
criminals,
sea
bro.
are now down 94%.
The stats are like
We
80%
have
of the people you're
broken the grip
deporting
of
are
sinister woke
like
radicals in
fucking
our
civilians
schools,
that
and control
that doesn't have a
over
criminal record.
those schools is back now in the hands of our great and loving states where education belongs. After rebuilding the United States military in my first term And with the addition we are adding right now, we have the most powerful military anywhere in the world, and it's not even close. I've restored American strength, settled 8 wars in 10 months, destroyed the Iran nuclear threat, and ended the war in Gaza, bringing for the first time in
Holy
3,000
shit.
years peace to the Middle East and secured the
What
release of the
peace? What
hostages,
peace right
both
now? There's
living
no
and
peace.
dead. Here at home, we're
Please,
bringing
can he
our
name
economy
4?
back from the
Tell him
brink
to
of
name
ruin.
half the
The
wars he
last
ended.
administration and
He
their
can't name
allies in
2. He
Congress
can't name
looted our
1.
treasury for trillions of dollars,
One's gonna be
driving up
Israel. They're still
prices and
fucking bombing
everything at
Israel,
levels
or they might
never
not be
seen
bombing
before.
it, but
I am
they're still
bringing those
denying
high
aid in
prices
Israel
down
or in
and
Gaza.
bringing them
Sorry.
down very fast. Let's look at the facts. Under the Biden administration, car prices rose 22%, and in many states, 30% or more. Gasoline rose 30 to 50%. Hotel rates rose 37%. Airfares rose 31%. Now, under our leadership, they are all coming down and coming down fast. Democrat politicians also sent the cost of groceries
All
soaring,
COVID numbers.
but we are solving that too.
Inflated
the price of
COVID
a Thanksgiving
numbers.
turkey was down 33% compared to the Biden last year. The price of eggs is down 82% since March, and everything else is falling rapidly.
What about
And
beef?
it's not done
Where's
yet.
the beef price?
Boy,
Donald
are we
Trump.
making progress. Nobody can believe what's going on. Here are just some of the efforts that we have underway. You will see in your wallets and bank accounts in the new year. After years of record-setting falling incomes, our policies are boosting take-home pay at a historic pace. Under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000. Under Trump, the typical factory worker has seen a wage increase of $1,300. For construction workers, it's $1,800. For miners, we're bringing back clean, beautiful coal. It's $3,300. And for the first time in years, wages are rising much faster than inflation. Remember that. The wages, just look at it. Wages are going up much faster than inflation. How big is that? Very importantly, there are more people working today than at any time in American history. And
Dude, unemployment's
100%
rising.
of all jobs
What?
created since I took office have been in the private sector. Think of that. 100% of all jobs have been in the private sector rather than government, which is the only way to make a country powerful.
Who
and
cares
grow.
if the
This
jobs are
historic
going
trend will
up? If
continue.
that's even
Already,
true.
I've secured
If
a
the
record-breaking
unemployment's going up.
$18 trillion of investment into the United States.
Okay,
which
now I
means
know that's a
jobs,
lie.
wage
That is a
increases,
lie.
Growth, factory openings, and far
I know that's
greater
a lie.
national security. Much of this success
They're
has
counting.
been accomplished by
They're counting money that
tariffs. My
they've
favorite word, tariffs, which for many
already
decades
committed
have
to
been
under
used
Biden, and
successfully by other
he's
countries against
claiming
us,
that he did
but
that as
not
well.
anymore. Companies
So I know
that
that's a
if
lie.
they
I
build
know
in
that's
America, there are no tariffs, and that's why they're coming home to the USA in record numbers. They're building factories and plants at levels we haven't seen. AI, automobiles. We're doing what nobody thought was even possible, not even remotely possible. There has never, frankly, been anything like it. 1 year ago, our country was dead. We were absolutely dead. Our country was ready to fail, totally failed. Now, we're the hottest country anywhere in the world, and that's said by every single leader that I've spoken to over the
If
last
you think the
5
United
months.
States was
Next
actually
year,
dead
you will
last
also
year, you're
see
insane.
the
That's even
results of the
crazy for
largest
Trump to
tax
say. I
cuts in
mean,
American
we get that
history
you're doing the
that
whole
were really accomplished through
Joe
our
Biden's
great,
economy
big,
in the United
beautiful
States
bill,
was dead a
perhaps the
bit,
most
but come on,
sweeping
bro. That's
legislation
even
ever
un-American
passed in
saying
Congress.
America
We
was
wrapped
dead last year.
12
I wouldn't
different
even say
bills
America's
up
dead
into
right
one
now.
beautiful bill.
That's
That
an insane
includes
statement.
no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year, and next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time. Because
Isn't
of
it like,
tariffs,
I'm pretty
along
sure
with
it's
the
capped
just
too.
passed One
Maybe
Big
they
Beautiful
changed
Bill,
something on that. Maybe.
Tonight, I am also proud to announce that more than 1,450,000, think of this, 1,450,000 military service members will receive a special we call Warrior Dividend before Christmas, a Warrior Dividend. In honor of our nation's founding in 1776, we are sending every soldier $1,776. Think of that. And the checks are already on the way. Nobody
I thought
understood
I
that
thought
about
Republicans
30
didn't like
minutes ago.
socialism, but
We made a lot more money than
I don't
anybody
really
thought
care
because of
about
tariffs,
that.
and the bill helped us along. Nobody
That's fine.
deserves it more than our military, and I say congratulations to
I just
everybody.
didn't think
And
the
by
right
the
like
way,
socialism,
we
right?
now have record enlistment in our military, and last year we had among the worst recruitment numbers in our military's history. What a difference a year makes. In addition, I'm doing what no politician of either party has ever done, standing up to the special interests to dramatically reduce the price of prescription drugs. I negotiated directly with the drug companies and foreign nations, which were taking advantage of our country for many decades, to slash prices on drugs and pharmaceuticals by as much as 400, 500, and even 600%. In other words, your drug costs will be plummeting downward. And I use the
That's
threat of
such a
tariffs to
lie.
get foreign countries who would never have done it to pay the cost of this giant dollar reduction. They
Dog,
stopped
people's
ripping us
health
off,
premiums
and
are
it
about to go
began
skyrocket,
as of
and he's
4
on this
days
fucking
ago.
TV,
There has
on
never
people's
been
TV,
anything like this in the
saying their
history of our
drug prices
country.
are going
Drugs have
down.
only gone up, but now they'll be going down by numbers never conceived
I was
possible.
gonna make a video
It's
on that
called
today too.
Most
That
Favored
the
Nation, and
Republicans,
no president has ever had the
healthcare,
courage or
they
ability
they
to
have
get
no
this
clue
done
what they're
until
doing on
now.
healthcare with the
first
plan
of
that
these
they announced
unprecedented price reductions will be
earlier
available
this week.
starting
They
in
didn't announce that they were
January
gonna
through
pass it
a
because
new
there's a
website,
lot of divide in their party
TrumpRx.gov.
still.
And these
Or
big
maybe he's
price
about to
cuts
explain
will
a little bit
greatly
of it here.
reduce the cost of health care. I'm
No, it
also
won't.
taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people. That's you. So they can buy their own health insurance, which will give far better benefits at much lower costs. It will be far better health insurance. The current Unaffordable Care Act was created to make insurance companies rich. It was bad health care at much too high a cost. And you see that now in the steep increase in premiums.
Not my
demanded
favorite,
by the
but
Democrats.
it's better
They
than
are
what
demanding
it
those
was
increases,
before, for
and
sure.
it's their fault. It is not the Republicans' fault. It's the Democrats' fault. It's the Unaffordable Care Act, and everybody knew it.
This is
Again, I
so
want the money
dumb.
to go directly to the people so you can buy your own health care. You'll get much better health care at a much lower price. The only losers will be insurance companies that have gotten rich, and the Democrat Party, which is totally controlled by those same insurance companies. They will not be happy, but that's okay with me because you, the people, are finally going to be getting great health care at a lower cost. Another major focus is the cost of energy. For years, the radical left Democrats
To
exploited
continue on the healthcare
green
bit,
energy scam as an excuse to funnel
I mean, I can
millions of
agree that
dollars
I don't
into
want
their
the
own
health
massive
insurance
slush
companies
funds
to make this
as their
huge
energy
profit either.
restrictions
I
drastically
can
drove
agree
up
with Trump on
prices
that,
and drove
but
them up
to think
at
that,
record levels.
what, are you going
Electricity
to
costs
cancel the
surged
subsidies
30
and
to
then
100%
pass the
under
subsidies
Biden,
on
and the
to
typical
people in
family
form
lost
of a
$5,000
account?
to $10,000
For one,
in
that's
higher
really not much
energy costs. Think of that,
different than
$5,000 to
just having what it is
$10,000 you
currently.
lost. On day one, I declared
Than
a
just keeping the
national
subsidies,
energy
because
emergency.
if it's just going to go to the health
Gasoline
insurance
is
companies
now
anyway,
under
then what's the difference?
$2.50 a gallon
I
in
guess he's
much of the
saying.
country. In
I
some
did hear
states, it,
from
by the way,
other.
just hit
I know I'm speaking over this guy too because he's just
$1.99 a
rambling
gallon.
at this point.
And within the next
But
12 months, we will have opened 1,600 new electrical
wait,
generators.
because I want to hammer this home really quick. I'm going to turn it down really quickly. On the healthcare bit, I can see what he's saying. Of course, I just said that, but if you just give it to them in an account, then it's kind of the same as the subsidies because it's gonna go to the health insurance companies anyway. Now, there was a Republican that was explaining this that it kind of made sense what he was saying. What he was saying was some people don't are on Obamacare, and there's some companies that were paying people to sign up for Obamacare, so they could just keep paying and paying and paying on the Obamacare subsidies, would just keep paying and paying and paying to these healthcare companies, and then they would just get paid. And while some people were on Obamacare but didn't even use it in one fiscal year, the health insurance companies were still profiting without even having to take care of anybody. Now that's bullshit. We all know that. Uh, but like to put it in somebody's checking account and then wait until they need it, and then maybe they'll go use it. That makes sense. But at that point, the health insurance companies would increase the premiums and force that on to other people that need health insurance right away. If you do that, if you take away the people uh, that need health insurance, or not need health insurance, if you take away the people that are being subsidized and not using the Obamacare subsidies, that makes sense. But the health insurance companies are going to raise premiums to make up for the people that they're missing now. So at the end of the day, the power is still in the hands of the health insurance companies. So that's why I say you need to just either way. Either way here, the power is going to be in the health insurance company's hands. All you're saying is we're going to take a little bit of money from them initially, but if they raise premiums, you're fucked. So if you just make it a government system, then there's no reason for the health insurance companies to gouge anything. There's still going to be some fraud. I can go in and explain how that can be, but I don't want to go all day on this. But it would lower the amount of fraud. It would lower the cost of health insurance too, and the price of drugs. If you went with a government system, there would be no like the state wouldn't be raising premiums or anything like that. So it would just be an overall better system. I could go in more on that, but to listen more on this guy and his statement, I want to make sure we listen more. And this guy's talking about the Somalian immigrants now, so let's listen.
For so long as before my election, the vast majority of good and decent Americans were forced to watch as corrupt politicians plundered the halls of power, exploited our taxpayers, and pillaged every system that makes civilized society function. But not anymore, and you see that every day, not anymore. We're putting America first, and we are making America great again. Very simple. We are making America great again. Tonight, after 11 months, our border is secure. Inflation is stopped. Wages are up. Prices are down. Our nation is strong. America is respected, and our country is back, stronger than ever before. We're poised for an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen. Soon we will host the World Cup and the Olympics, both of which I got. But most importantly, we will celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. There could be no more fitting tribute to this epic milestone than to complete the comeback of America that began just 1 year ago. When the world looks at us next year, let them see a nation that is loyal to its citizens, faithful to its workers, confident to its identity, certain to its destiny, and the envy of the entire globe. We are respected again like we have never been respected before. To each and every one of you, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you all.
All right, that seems to be it. Recap. Let's recap. So, what I got out of that was I didn't get to hear what he said about Somali immigrants. Let me listen more. Oh, jeez. Hold on.
We're past administration, and they're hit $1.99 a gallon. And within the next 12 months, we will have opened 1,000.
What policy? Can he say what policy he made to lower gas prices? No.
It's a record that won't be beaten by practically, I would say, by anybody, or certainly not very soon. Prices on electricity and everything else will fall dramatically. The Democrat inflation disaster, Democrat rule. In 11 months, we've already gotten that annual cost down by 3.
All right, buddy.
American history. A major factor in driving up housing costs was the colossal border invasion.
No, it's not.
Law enforcement by numbers so high that they are not even to be mentioned. For the first time in 50 years, we are now seeing reverse migration as migrants go back home, leaving more housing and more jobs for Americans. In the year before my election,
We have
over
more
half
jobs
of
than people
creation
right
jobs
now.
was going to foreign migrants. Since I took office,
So it's not like we
100%
have like
of
a net
all
negative
net job
jobs.
100%. In the end, government either serves the
I was trying to
potential
hear what he said
to
about the Somalian
radicalize the
immigrants.
American citizen, or it serves those who break the laws, cheat the system, and see Minnesota, where Somalians have taken
Oh, here we
over
go.
our nation. Look at Minnesota, where Somalians have taken over the economics of the state and have stolen billions and billions of dollars from Minnesota and indeed from the United States of America. And we're going to put an end to it. For so long as before my election, the vast majority of good and decent
So
Americans
long
were
since
forced to
before
watch
my
as corrupt
election. Shit was
politicians
fucking
rose
11
to
months
halls of
ago.
power, exploited our taxpayers, and pillaged every system that makes civilized society function.
Okay, I mean,
But not
propaganda.
anymore.
We get it. I mean, uh, 80% of Somalians are not living off what? What? I mean, what is he even trying to say? They're just living off American welfare. Like 90% aren't. So I don't even get why he's. Well, I do get why he's saying that. He wants to uh, dictate the narrative and uh, you know, propagandize his whole base. So I'm trying. Hold on one second. Okay, maybe this doesn't do this. Uh, so where do I start, man? I mean, he's saying a bunch of things that aren't true. One thing is he doesn't directly control gas prices, so that the whole gas price claim is not true. I'm trying to remember everything he said in this video. What else? I mean, most of the numbers where he was comparing a Biden, I mean, most of those numbers were just spiked up because of COVID, right? That's like me uh, campaigning against the Republicans and Donald Trump, saying by the end of Trump's term, he lost like what, 1 million jobs, 2 million jobs, or whatever it was. Shit, damn, I don't know the exact numbers under COVID, but it was really bad, and that would be me like campaigning on that and how bad of a job he did because of that. Uh, and that's just completely not fair. But I can't blame anybody for doing that. I mean, that's what he's doing, right? Uh, what else? I'm trying to remember all his claims. Oh my God, the healthcare. I explained that. I I just really don't. Let me see if I can pull that up. What I was looking earlier, it was like a couple points on their new healthcare plan, or like a rough plan of it. I don't know if it came from like the Heritage Foundation or. Hold on. Let me find it. Let me find it. Because I was going to make a video on that anyway. The Lower Healthcare Premiums for All Americans Act. What a straightforward name. Okay. We're going to go over this together, stream. So they passed it today. The vote was 216 to 210. One Republican voted no. All Democrats voted no. Three Democrats didn't vote, and three Republicans didn't vote. So there was a oh my god, that voice crack. There was a couple bills that passed today. I saw Marjorie Taylor Greene's bill passed. I actually agreed with her bill today. From what she said it was, I didn't read into it, but just for what it said that it was, uh, it said like no uh, trans surgeries before the age of 18. So definitely agree with that. Um, hold on. Oh man, we might have to go over the HR whole text here. Oh no, we're not going over the whole text, but oh my god, I mean, do this long as shit, but I'm reading a little bit. A group or association of employers may maintain, oh, Section 736 rules applicable to group health plans established and maintained by a group or association of employers. A group or association of employers may maintain a group health plan. Oh, I guess I can show you guys this. Um, yeah, 1 second. I don't want that on there. Respectfully, hold on. Wait, why is this? Wait. Um. Okay. This is what we're gonna read. All right. Section 730. I'm gonna read it over again. Section 736 rules applicable to group health plans established and maintained by a group or association of employers. Association health plans. A group or association of employers may maintain a group health plan regardless of whether the employers composing such group or association are in the same industry, trade, or profession. If such group or association satisfies the following requirements, uh, maintain a group health plan regardless of whether employers composing such a group or association are in the same industry. Okay. Uh, Group requirements. The group or association of employers A shall I have been or one I have been formed and maintained in good faith for purposes other than providing health insurance coverage through a group health plan. Okay, that's subjective. Have been formed and maintained in good faith. What is that supposed to mean? Established a governing board or another indicator of formality as described in paragraph 2. Paragraph 2. Establish a governing board or another indicator of formality. Okay. And have existed for at least 2 years prior to offering group health plan to employees or of such group or association. And make health insurance coverage under the group health plan offered by such group or association available. At least 51 employees and all employees of the employer members and any dependent of such employees may only have. Okay, so I'm reading all the requirements for a group. Okay, and then this group. So this is the rules for a group, and this group is has ha, this group is, to my understanding, a group for a health plan that they can give their employees. So just going back to the top, a group or association of employers may maintain a group health plan. So these employers get together and create a group, I guess, from whatever health insurance company that they're getting it from, and them being a group, it could bring down the price of it. And these are the uh, requirements for a group. I don't understand. Was there like a problem with groups before? Like, what would be the problem of a group? Like, I guess this. I'm trying to think what what was it before? Was it before like anybody could be in a group, and like maybe there was like a huge company that was just grouping with other uh companies that they owned, and then it would bring down the cost easy to make, and that would make their, I don't know. Like I'm just guessing at this point. Uh, hold on, hold on, 1 second. Let's see. Cause you. One second. I'm looking to see like what is the point of putting that in the bill? Brian, which allow employers to band together for group coverage. Your question asks whether before this bill. So it's saying before this bill, it was harder to group with each other, and I wonder why. I'm guessing it's simply because companies would maybe maybe the biggest companies wouldn't group with smaller companies, so they would have to pay like this extreme premium. But then the cheaper companies could maybe get together with other cheaper companies, right? That's why I wish I had more people in the chat to brainstorm with me. But AHPs let multiple employers form a single group of association health plans to buy health insurance collectively. To pool risk across a larger employee base. Um, um, Yeah, so the point of the first section of the bill is for companies to group and make the risk pools larger, so that would bring down the premiums. Okay, that makes sense. Again, I'm never going to accept the premise that uh, these people have to pay for health insurance, right? I'm never going to accept that, but I'm going to have to read and see what this new thing that the Republicans are passing. But uh, that's why I'll just never agree with any of this shit, anyways, because these people shouldn't have to be paying for health insurance. It's insane. And you can already see that most of the shit doesn't even work, and this really feels like barely put together. If we're being honest, like the Republicans are just like, oh, we got to put something out there. If the Obamacare subsidies are going to not pass next year, which is not, and they never even kept their end of the deal of, oh, uh, we're going to guarantee you guys a vote if you just open the government and end the government shutdown. Uh, that didn't work, right? Because they never gave them a vote on it. Even if they did, it wasn't going to pass. They came up with this. This is what the Republicans passed. So this will this will still be going along with the Uh, Obamacare will still be around. It just won't have those COVID subsidies. The other subsidies are permanent, so uh, that's not going anywhere. Uh, but this is what's replacing the subsidies. So where the subsidies are going, I'm guessing, is coming here uh, for these. We haven't gotten to that part yet because we're just on the part of the rules of what the companies can do. But I'm pretty sure uh, what they're giving or what the subsidies are now, they're going to give it to people in form of like an account or something like that. We'll get more into that, but I'll be right back. about to get off, but we'll go more in detail about this. It just passed today, so we'll get more into it. I mean, essentially, just from the first section, this is just eligibility. Just let me go over some of the sections really quickly. Self-employed individual. Oh, sorry, that's plain there. The term self-employed individual means the individual that uh does not have any who does not have any common law employees, has a bona fide ownership right in a trade or business. Yeah, we don't need to read that, but medical stop loss insurance obtained by certain plan sponsors of group health plans not included under the definition of health insurance coverage. Certain sponsors. Okay, that's not really for us either. I wouldn't say. Title 2. Okay, here's getting into the weeds of it. Lowering healthcare premiums for everyone. Oversight of pharmacy benefit management services. Public Health Service Act. Title, what is that? 27 of the Health of the Public Health Service Act is amended. Okay. In Part D, by adding at the end the following new section. By adding at the end of Why is there not an of there? I knew I was an idiot. By adding at the end the following new section. That doesn't seem right. That threw me from a loop. It should say by adding at the end of the following section. I swear it should, but oversight of entities that provide pharmacy benefit management services. Oversight of entity that provide. Okay. For plan years beginning on or after the date that is 30 months after the date of enactment of this section, referred to in this subsection and subsection B as the effective date, a group health plan or a health insurance insurer offering group health insurance coverage or an entity providing pharmacy benefit management services on behalf of such a plan or issuer issuer shall not enter into a contract including an extension or renewal of a contract entered into on or after the effective date with an applicable entity such unless such applicable entity agrees to not limit or delay the disclosure of information to a group health plan. Provide entity. I mean, these aren't just annoying. These aren't even what I'm looking for. I mean, what could I even type in here to make that? I don't know. Wait, let's keep going. Section information described in this paragraph is with respect to drugs covered by group health plan. Okay, no. Let's go to the next thing in bold. Wait. In a manner consistent with the privacy regulations. Hey, whoever be going over this shit, hey, more props to you, cause I need someone to tell me what section, what title, what section, and what numbered line. Cause bro, I'm also trying to do this really quickly, so that doesn't help before I get off. But um, yeah, these like this one is additional requirements to what? This number 3. Opt in for group health insurance coverage ordered by. I want to hear the policy about him, the subsidies going into giving that to people. These aren't. These are all for companies. Basically, these are all what employer applies for if you can group insurance uh and make it cheaper for your company is what I'm thinking. Often group health insurance coverage offered by a specified large employer or that is a specifies a large plan. In the case of group health insurance coverage offered in connection with group health plan that is offered by a specified large employer or is a specified large plan such group health plan may or on an annual basis for plan years beginning on or after the date that is 30 months after the date of enactment of this section. Elect to require an entity providing pharmacy benefit and management services on behalf of. Dude, my eye is fucking with me right now. Why? On behalf of health insurance issuer to submit to such a group health plan a report that includes all of the information described in paragraph 2A. See, that's not what I'm looking for. Secretary shall enforce this section. Bro. Alright, next one. These are all for entity. What are you doing for the people? How is any by the way, like how is any of this going to lower any prices? Like this is lowering the prices of these companies that they can group now. Like that doesn't lower the price for um the people because the people that the company that's giving health insurance to their employers uh for the employees they're already getting the health care by just working. This lowers the uh, healthcare for the companies, which is great. If they decide to pay their workers a decent wage, what they probably won't be, they'll just uh, get more in profit now because of this bill. But how is this helping? As of right now, I don't see how this is helping anything. Again, I might not be seeing it, or I need a specified line or whatever. But that's what I'm getting. It's effective date, group health plan or health insurance issue. Well, issuer offering group health insurance coverage or an entity providing pharmacy benefit. Okay, what? I already read that. Nothing. What is this section? This is B. What's A? Privacy requirements. Okay, I don't care about privacy requirements. Dude, where is the? Why are all these sections oversight of entities that provide pharmacy benefits? Am I tripping? Am I dumb, guys? Like I don't. Why is all this about the company? opt in for group health insurance coverage offered by a specified large employer that is especially a large plan. How does this lower health insurance for anybody? How because the employers are already giving health insurance by them working. How is this lowering funding cost shared reduction payments? Section 1402. I didn't see section. Oh, Section 1402 of the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act is amended by adding at the following new subsection funding. I guess we should read that, eh? Section 1402 of this. 1402. Is this section 1402? Is it? It says 18071. Section 1402. Am I? Is this? I don't know. Let's read. Funding. In general, there are appropriated out of any monies what monies in the treasury, not otherwise appropriated such sums as may be as oh my god appropriated such sums as may be necessary for purposes of making payments under this section for planned years beginning on or after January 1st, 2027. Uh, in general, the amounts appropriated under paragraph 1 may not be used for purposes of making payments under this section for a qualified health plan that provides health benefit coverage that includes coverage of abortion. Okay. I wasn't expecting that, but of course, right? Of course, they put that in there. Uh, Subparagraph A shall not apply to payments for a qualified health plan that provides coverage of abortion. Oh, okay. This section is just uh the funding. What is again? This doesn't uh clarify what funding exactly. It says funding. I guess the funding that Section 1402 had for the Affordable Care Act. I don't know. Reduction. Well, I'm gonna find it on my own. Hold on. Eh, Wait 1 second. Okay, I mean, this just says whatever funding. This is Section 1402 is essentially a cost sharing reduction kind of thing, and uh, whatever money is going toward these CSRs are reducing payments for things, and they are just amending Section 1402 of this ACA and saying whatever the CSRs are fine. They just don't want it to go toward abortion. And if it does go to award abortion, the only abortion that it'll go to is necessary to save the life of the mother, or if the pregnancy is a result of an act of rape or incest. Those are the only two things. Other than that, I mean, we can get back to it later, but I don't see anything here. Besides, I mean, it's just a bunch of stuff for entities and companies, and the people that work for those companies already get the health insurance for just working. So yeah, let me read more. I don't know. I'll make a whole video on it and read more later. But for right now, I'm a sign off.